welcome to Busy Garden Life. Today is video 4 of our apple preserving series. We are going to do some freeze-dried cinnamon sugar apples. Now, if you don't have a freeze dryer and you have a dehydrator, you could always dehydrate your apples, but we are excited for the freeze dryer that we just got, so I'm all about freeze drying all the things. So what I am going to do is I'm going to start by coring and slicing the apples. I'm going to do it in 2 different methods. I'm going to use my KitchenAid core slicer machine. I'm not going to peel it. You could peel them if you wanted to, but I'm going to leave the skins on. They tend to cut it really thin anyway, so I don't think that the skins really will make that much a difference. Plus, it just gives extra fiber in the apples with the snack. And then I'm also going to chop it with the apple core here. After I do that, I'm going to slice them in half again so that they're smaller pieces. I have done this before where I just used this and the slices were thicker and it worked, but it took a long time for them to be dried out because it was so thick. So I want to make the slices thinner, and I think it's going to be easier just to snack on the smaller pieces anyway, the smaller slices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just slicing them up. I'll put them in, I'm probably just going to put them right on the pan to save myself a bowl, and then we'll just sprinkle it with cinnamon sugar, kind of mix it all up, lay it flat, and then put it in the freeze dryer. I do have the freeze dryer started, so the chamber's starting to cool down a little bit while I'm prepping the apples. All right, so I was kind of hoping that maybe I could, every time I had one of these going, ooh, it's stuck. All right, I was hoping that every time I had one of these slicing up, then I could slice an apple here. So I'm getting 2 done at once. That was the goal. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but we're gonna try. I have this bowl here for all of my cores because yes, I'm saving the cores again for more apple cider vinegar because that's just what I love to do. And we are just going to get started here. So. I need to try and increase the speed because when you don't do it fast enough. Now, you could kind of keep them in little rounds. I'm going to go ahead and cut them all in half. Just easier that way. All right, so we're going to have these ones from that core slicer, and then we're going to have thinner ones from the KitchenAid. So let's just work on this and get these on the trays. All right, so we have enough here for our first tray. So I'm not measuring anything. I'm just gonna sprinkle some cinnamon and sugar all over it. And then we're just gonna kind of mix it all together and lay them flat. Now I have the extra large freeze dryer, so I can fit quite a bit. But that still was only 5 apples. So. All right, so we're gonna mix those up really good here. Just nice and gentle. You could do this in a bowl, put all the apples in a bowl and mix it up, but why dirty another bowl when you can just do it on the tray is my thought. All right, so we're just gonna flatten this all out. You wanna make sure that nothing's overlapping. So we've got one tray done, got 7 more to go. So I'm gonna work on just getting all of these kind of cut, cinnamon sugared, and then we're gonna get them into the freeze dryer. All right, so we have all of our trays done with the cinnamon sugar apples. I'm going to go put them in the freeze dryer, and then in 24 hours or so, we'll come back and bag them all up and try them, see how good they are. Okay, the apples are done and out of the freeze dryer. You can see they're nice and crisp. Really good. Still a little chewy on the inside. And quite honestly, I put a ton of cinnamon sugar on there thinking it was a lot. You could even go a little bit more if you wanted to. Really douse it up. So that's a normal one. This is a thinner one over here. These actually turned out really well. The only thing about the thin ones is they take up a lot more space, you know, so you do get less apples on one tray. But really good. These are great. Can't wait for the kids to try out and see what they say. These will be a great snack for their lunches, great for traveling, just putting them in a bag and having them eat as they go. Highly recommend freeze-dried apples with cinnamon sugar on them. Oh, there you have it. That is our 4th video on our apple preserving series. Stay tuned because next is going to be the apple cider vinegar and apple juice that we've been saving all of the extra stuff from our apples that we have been working with. So like and subscribe to the page, that way you get the notifications. You can see all of the apple videos as well as all the other stuff we're preserving and everything that we are doing on the homestead. We will see you next time.